Good morning. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is Kevin, and I thank you for tuning in to my podcast. This morning, I'm going to talk about a rather new topic. This buzzword, this term that seems to have become one of the latest buzzwords in sustainable travel. And this term is regenerative travel. What is regenerative travel or regenerative tourism? So I'm going to use the next 5 to 6 minutes to talk about this. And in the next few weeks, I aim to go a little bit deeper to look at this phenomenon, which I was sharing with you just now, that seems to be one of the latest trends. What is regenerative travel? It is basically, according to a few articles, according to a few people, regenerative travel is traveling with the intention to make places better than how they used to be. And it seems to have come about in the tourism industry, probably in the last 18 months or so, prior to the last 1.5 years. I don't happen to see this term being used around, and so that was probably my first exposure to this word, regenerative travel. So making places better than what they used to be before. And it forces us to look a little bit deeper in the concept of sustainable travel. According to an author in one of the articles online, where he or she wrote that move aside sustainable tourism because regenerative travel is taking over. I slightly beg to differ. The way I prefer to see it is sustainable tourism probably is what introduced us to the idea of using tourism in a more responsible manner. And this term regenerative travel, if I can put it this way, is pushing us to go deeper into this door which sustainable tourism managed to open for us. So, like what another writer said, it can be seen as going deeper in the phenomenon of sustainable tourism. Now, the next question I have in mind in this podcast talking about regenerative travel is regenerate what? So, terms will be useless if we don't take a more critical look and ask some hard questions. So regenerative travel, but regenerate what? So we are supposed to be doing things that make places and the lives of local people better than what they used to be, or maybe in some cases better than how they used to be in the presence of tourism, or in some cases mass tourism. So regenerating the natural environment, regenerating the culture, the daily lives and the culture and things related to the cultural heritage of people. So we are not just talking about cities. Of course, we are also talking about not just the urban but the rural places. And we are also talking about fairly remote places where indigenous communities and ethnic tribal groups live. So the idea of regenerative travel requires us to identify first, what is there to regenerate? What is there that has been negatively impacted by tourism? What is there in places where tourism can serve to improve? You know, there are places where tourism hasn't really being presented or hasn't really been grown in a very strong manner. these are places where there's a little bit of tourism, but where the local people still have issues and challenges to overcome. So the idea of regenerative travel, as I said 3-4 minutes ago, shouldn't be seen as something that is divorced or separate from the idea of sustainable tourism. If sustainable tourism is the term that introduces us to a whole new concept of traveling with positive impacts, then this term regenerative travel pushes us to enter this door and start to do things that are deeper. So this is my 6 minutes. I see the time, it's 5 minutes and 44 seconds. So I promise I'll do another one no later than 2 weeks from now, where we will take a deeper look at the concept of regenerative travel. Have a good Friday. Today is Friday and weekend is around the corner. Till then, see you. Bye-bye.